manager
or so be so who be senti
Africa huru butu ebre me brain na I mean it's the most important subject this week,
of course,
and one and then Maresca de no who say AFCON no huru Daniela e o check sesi a me Twitter feed or can trends no Daniela
okay
Omo ye come ho asem pa ye come ho asem ye discuss on the continent right now Daniela ye come for whatever reason I would want to talk about it.
Okay.
Me saso Real Madrid ne Barcelona game, of course, I mean turning on kind of Barca and then versus Madrid. Super Copa mo neutral grounds, but it's always one team versus the other. And we know Barca mumuna host to Real Madrid honmo. The amazing they say Madrid bet me out Yamal Mbappe some painkillers or an adjust 6 bina what me the about see kan tia Barcelona in doing so not just some person much how important are Clásico no two teams ni nyina no abret no baba bedrua. Madrid game about the tia Atletico Madrid was never short of controversies, and of course usually Atletico Madrid game with it has always revolved around controversies. Clásico, your bonner refi upon na bibia and see ya na your fans crano yentiase. So amidst all the controversies, Diego Simeone and Vinicius, amo comment. Post game, the Xabi Alonso can't far. Diego Simeone will say somebody crossed the line. But Obiansu Madrid for the win, no? And all of that, have been here prepare more towards the final, no? But talk about what Barca winning 5-0, keeping 5 consecutive games in terms of clean sheet, a boost of confidence, papa. Even though I keep saying, clean sheet is a collective strength. Yeah. Now, as team like Barca, almost for clean sheet in your BBR, statistics, they can, I feel Barca's main strength lies in the final third. Number 2, Barca's strength lies in their transition into the final third whenever they have the ball. And at Madrid, so between right now, one getting Vinicius scoring. Or probably Valverde form or what, or to goals to be back as and when it necessitates, or bet me to that same form. So Rodrigo is a very, very good form for Real Madrid. All these situations, in a ginger, I mean, Mama shall line up, or me go through Kakra, maybe 1 or 2 changes with them, say, and yeah, ready, so then we are narrow common on and find prediction, and I feel so 2 teams at the ball bet 2 or my uncle, and that's definitely to score. Yes, and definitely. If there has to be a winner in the first half, Madrid said Barca will score probably the first goal. As to set that goal, the winner in the first half, I can't really say that, and I don't want to say it. But Barca stand a high propensity of getting the first goal against Real Madrid in this game. Talking about for Bellingham, Tchouaméni, and then Camavinga, and I may suggest to say I start with Fifi Caracas, and I say Carrera, sorry, and Valverde right back in our Bonodier. And your position will be but am not be an important member of the squad because or starting and look, starting ahead of a natural right back, it should tell you a lot. Say coach, or per se indeed or be right wing hono and a Rodrigo and Yamal Mbappe and say and in the final third maybe a Garcia that as a lone striker say Mbappe Badia of course friend by Vinicius, Kylian Mbappe and Rodrigo in a typical for where Kylian Mbappe a low striker for Barca 4-2-3-1 when you have Garcia dropping in between Kubasi and Baldi as a left central defender for Barcelona in a typical 4-2-3-1 where and convert it into 4-3-3 but a best stay as it is because Rafinha on dropping my midfielder of floaty you can be floaty in a gamer you man on the free roll Sani Kano. I don't know, floaty baby or Pebiano, to be Hopico, and then Rafinha row. No, it's Yana most of the Russian game now, open chain in Chenico, rather than dropping deep, because dropping deep, who here, anything you want from a ball carrier, Pedri bet me the idea. It's Pedri the Wachia, oh, Rafinha and say, that's all body about. What you need to do is to augment Lamine Yamal on the right channel and the Femi Lopez in the left channel. No, I support Fran Torres in the final third. This is a gamer, a bit me a call Obiafa, Xabi Alonso and Yabre. So, trophy a bit doom noise and a cradia money pa because a noise is a young man who proved at a subpar club Leverkusen. But about Madrid, no, we know the standard of Real Madrid. A bonny pa, and I feel so when you this trophy, it will really, settle some of the dust and I did doubt a bar on Xabi Alonso to stay Real Madrid. But this is Hansi Flick. A true finance here. Yeah, near cancer with Hansi Flick hardly loses a final.
Okay.
But since 2011, Barca and team maintaining Supercopa trophy now.
Since 2011.
I want to be maintaining it.
Wow.
So let's see how that game goes.
Coach no wadwuma yene echna.
Me person me come akani nyina ba efie on the continent. AFCON ekoso no.
Okay.
AFCON start you know. Right now, na could be predict to say Brahim Diaz from Morocco be one of the best players. Come on for dream be on BBB because while my tournament you know in real form.
Yeah.
But AFCON ya boy. 5 games they be ball 1 2 3 4 5. Each game be able produce goal. The only player why be was Kofi.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Obia nye bibio.
Reverend Kofi.
Obia nye bibio. Reverend yes I record no too. Ya bo AFCON. Look, and yet is AFCON produce players.
Great
With him Egypt for coach no Hossein Hassan. One of the best strikers I remember them who on the continent no. Couple me my follow boy yache. No coach Egypt says you know or number 9 for Egypt you know. Any time ball be drop box you say Egypt phone him say or field no so. No say Hassan the ball too. No you serious finisher. I train na Egypt for be my other members in the final third. Young team coach ko bo mudi bebre because sana de na kwakoye. We've had Baby Jet. Abu Trekamo.
Yeah.
Amando da Silva Flavio.
Yeah.
Angola for omo number 9 be any tip pass to drop him about 10 or headu abewu. No, AFCON no produce Samalo to mo nyina ababo twamo Didier Drogba mo.
Great players.
But see Nigeria strikers amebo bodino none of them between set a record no 5 successive games Brahim Diaz. Now when the time assembly say who go Bruce after AFCON or exiting but they want shadow conference so. Okay, assembly say right now no first pan no couple yes breast asasa ho. First pan AFCON start you know.
Yeah.
Ne local players ebo.
Okay.
AFCON A50 no.
The local base for no.
Yes. Now what to kwa have us time no.
Yeah, if you are now.
1957 56 oh yes bra.
Okay.
So it favored Omwane wa. And na bato aswa the buyer at some point you know who fear you see a patch on when your selection be abo. Couple what would you come na kwa kusi. Na South Africa, Egypt, San Crofone de. Omo yamadwene say ombe koso adwele on the locally based players on the continent you know. For instance Eshenawi on tu kwanko ba bia. But opa dane ho sebe ade kwachima Egypt o hen oba beto Eshenawi ni Gabaske de bechi o nyina local goalkeepers. South Africa Ron Williams.
Yeah.
So no money say no ba bo mo but after tournament na Hugo Bruce be catch say no after experience on the continent and just say the tournament no the quality has really gone up. It is about also the PSL players and the name idea we are doomed. It is not because you play. No, I'm my first one. No. So now all kind of South Africa for instance say chaso opani Yamal the opinion player ben also be fry and fani mawo o PSL obetia for bia o kono akeka nkyere
wakwa ba we have na be to.
And Hugo say I said from the beginning that the level of the PSL compared with the level we faced in last week is very different. Last week, when is South Africa film, you can only close that gap when you have players playing in difficult
competitions,
week in,
week out.
He is now telling us say African competitions, you know, a sub lower tier in terms of quality comparisons.
Yeah.
It's not because you play once against Argentina or once against Ghana, but man, I hold you high.
Oh yeah.
Or say you dako say utwa na many Ghana bobako.
Yeah.
Or refer to na no game.
Game on boy, you know.
Yeah, you create say local players mon kobo mo na no. Semenyo so mo no. One so all hold you in reverence. Yeah. It is not because you play once against Argentina or once against Ghana that you suddenly reach your level. That suddenly your level will go up. I'm not trying to say the canon. This has to happen at club level. That's also when Ghana bought friendly match. Bako, the chum, when Argentina bought Bako, the chum, a couple, Umbasuru. Your players don't have to feature in the top level of the game. We have to prepare for the World Cup and see what went wrong in the preparation for this AFCON. And with the team, this analysis will be done in the coming weeks. Now it's not the time to make declarations. This is Hugo Bruce. He's admitting to the quality level of the AFCON as compared to the previous editions. And then imagine him say, "What we say even Morocco mumpa sabe talent or mumbrehon." Brahim Diaz, when you're the true Moroccan boy, Capone Komoya Yedi, may can't go see one more. You see a place. This guy was looking for Spain. They didn't care about him. As Brahim Brakakra, so cry Morocco ni Kakra. Finally, he saw the project.
The best decision I would take here, man, life. Abuanapa. Best decision.
He's not the best player at the tournament this year, I can say. 5 successive games. Make us own him. All sums up the quality about AFCON and why won't you find you in the Diagro. And I'm probably sorry, I'm a far X. So the chin. Because now Daniel Lawasi hui. I said, where they are done, why are Obia can once, who crash the car won't once, Udibaku. Now crash on your original center in this game.
Yeah.
But people, first of all, now Shaden Famba. I'm for the lie trending in Fambra, I mean, trim quickly, I mean, Franco. So I was thinking, say, Refina Muno Dahani
Baida.
Danela in the Wasiono.
Okay.
Now I'm preparing Bobo penalty in Fambra, and this is why Danela is trending. Osha Sura Lami wo active he day Kumase Danela has feel like Okwasia say why Liga wives San Communi na wasi ho. Danelai is trending, but not as a center referee. No more people think say no a VAR room ho. He could have prompted Dahani. Beda say no BBS you ha.
Oh, okay. Inti ama all trending no.
Trendi Ghana flag in show no.
Yeah.
Yes, say drone mo nyama ye nyina ka ho. But the dey kuguo ne anim guase ba no de yes say show no ye ka. Ghana flag in show Danelai. VAR no on the wo no. Na onyo na assistant on head of VAR. Was a room.
No, down, man.
Do you know what I said? I know call it for so home fantasy. Only yet them had an Eli. Now I'm fret in Bomo Panetino.
Okay.
And I was Obia sent out Shetcher on into one fray. Wow, Munina Moka home.
Said that idea is said original center now because being the head of VAR room one day was ultimately call it. Into one call here, only center referee in the team.
No more for penalty, no. So the we don't a mass meaning I buy no. And there was a touch, of course. Okano swampa.
Yeah.
And there was Okano night. So over Fred VAR no akokoshe no okase wonjia where you hu free mu. But sa won free kra no eno ne hamon fo. Na we ne koso feel no so na samo eto.
So a palaipa.
Well, was so butu.
Senior man say, Muriano.
Mon fuck up, if West Africa,
Muriano.
To Casal,
I can see 4 passes there too.
I can see 4, I can see Uncle or Sono. Some little job. And this is the level of the AFCON. Apart from so who Ekunwaha. Ebe should be Senegal game, no. Mbappe mo abebe.
Yeah, my Mbappe should be called.
And right now, even Carfor Crown and Yeni Bebresa or BBC CNN and say Bomba Madi and hold the room. TikTok enough, X enough. You don't even need to even commercialize it. I want to come out. The AFCON is huge. Now the idea I say some of these games in Barcelona couple Morocco ye. Me bought Walid Regragou Abaso. The first coach on the African continent, I called it World Cup semi-final. Now I started the club in the country now. And that's a final.
Semi-final.
Young coach Walid Regragou. When you support to Morocco, have it about young coaches be brave. Yani ikumo, ya kilo montem. And nicely done. Osasuni David Pagu, another young coach, and also locally made, all continent and also for Cameroon. And it is shy. Now game the day, what the referees and something in our Tonchaya Morocco Bobo. They were so intense. They were so vertical. I feel some qualification, What the referee, the other scene chair, coach Nankasa Muaso Yajuma. And this is just the preparation for the World Cup. Basso, US, Mexico, and Canada. So come on. And the games in the day.
Okay.
Mama Meza, we are the camp.
Mate boss, me da sepa. New no ana why no dear amame no Mizaya wa Hasanso ana Steve hanchi me bana filmo ababe rerem ede amame na yato aso de free ho. Was say Nana Poku Jr. say couple greet new team for me. Is my father watching the show live from Bombing and no a message or day abba. Winsu a Benji and fancy Serie say Madrid will claim Woto. The previous match there wasn't Rafinha, okay, and no Edward D. Abba, no Rafinha, but them say, Womu Anobeshi, Ansu Apple, say, watching the show live from Italy, nice week, Anna Ansu, and so Ediame and Ano pay. Oh, in Jume D. So, memory Nafi, Yen Twaso, na Yen Koyanim, and they Ano pay. Miza, say Bibia Bocordia,
Namia Dum, Capu now, so,
oh, Namia Dum, so no, Yapa. Miza, no.
Oh, Capu.
Oh, Bibia. Azana oba.
Oh, I said no akra mu ye bibi me drew fi na mete nkra no.
Za, wo manya bia. Notice bia.
Obi am mama ne o bia o.
Za.
Ah, me drew fi na mu se sadra kese den am say eh sha.
Uzara agdo wan ka jiro. Owie no ka jiro.
Na de otemi nche akra tutu bo wa pass so no ko me ye ne ntem kra na me kufi kra na. Oh no, maybe otene nso.
Azemu. Yenim komo. Na me adum pa.
The in Europe and Africa.
Okay.
Quick, near touching bit by bit.
Yeah.
I think for the English Premier League, there's not so much to talk about when it comes to this weekend because a time for the oldest competition.
FA Cup matches.
Yes, FA Cup. So I wouldn't even try and dive a little bit more deep into that.
Okay.
But I think for the Italian Serie, there are interesting fixtures for the Spanish La Liga, and also any available. But the big teams will actually be speaking and playing at the Supercopa de España.
Yeah.
So, man, a quick word, then we discuss something about the African game now for the DSC. Now, for the Italian Serie, I think for AC Milan, they've been able to manage situations well until their game against Genoa.
Okay.
Wow, when you have AC Milan team ni bibi aditi Genoa biya, you'll be frustrated with the results of Monsakai because Oma ball bigger and tougher games than the Genoa game.
Okay.
Those games in the The first frustrating results they had, it will fear the results of Munyaditi Cremonense Abra season started.
Okay.
That team needs in the Shestivo.
Okay.
Afinajan former team.
Yeah.
And Osha, after that results, any the reaction from AC Milan team no more, I thought say they are only going to get better and better and better. Because it maybe not Rafael Leao on your feet no more maybe. Christian Pulisic muna beji game this year monaswa consistently. No more AC Milan results. Fiorentina and person beko relegation. Weekend we AC Milan and Fiorentina na ebo. Me pacho so team ya Super 8 na ni egusu
yeah chichena yeah. Eno ani egusu no. Tawaso. Inti
me share AC Milan team no. Far away to Fiorentina, me to me say omo results in recent games has not been splendid. This is in Ankasa no mo ho relegation bebre no. Some of these games, when it comes, you're very careful.
Okay.
Because these are teams the second part of the season. I was winning more games to secure their position in the league. You be enough for Fiorentina relegation, it will be very frustrating. I was here one grounds AC Milan called tiebreak.
Okay.
Or tiebreak pa. Or tiebreak pa.
Easy say omo ko fa na fala.
Enya grounds AC Milan call ya no matter mo men dia to omo ko hu. No mako real game no. It doesn't happen like that in such leagues. And I think for Fiorentina, they will be hoping to continue whatever they started in the last few games. Amudi to me say frustration ke Kenediaba. Now on the league log, Fiorentina tops on 19th with 13 points.
Okay.
And then Nipo tops on 17th near Genoa. Genoa no team yako pick 1 point against AC Milan. Was Stadio di San Siro.
Okay.
Now there will be confidence blooming from Fiorentina. I said, no, we can do something better against AC Milan, especially looking at a new see between Omo and Genoa. Now in the last 5 games between the two sides, record in the couple Now the last 5 games between AC Milan and Fiorentina, Fiorentina ni both 2-1. Fiorentina channel, AC Milan question 2-1, and then Fiorentina as AC Milan by 2-1. It almost games in 2-1, whether home or away. So the first option in this particular game here say similar normally almost type away at the last 3 games they both team to score.
Okay.
Obi Ashebi. Number 2, a game may produce over 1.5 goals.
Okay.
And number 3, AC Milan kwa away bi Oshego. So to play it safe, per the form of AC Milan, any Allegri or bench, I don't think they lose this game.
So
yes, many shots some lose this game. Fiorentina in the last
Milan.
5 games, they lost 1-0 to Lausanne. Omo winning 5-1 against Udine. Omo Parma shomo by 1-0. Fiorentina share Cremonese by 1-0. And omo Lazio bo 2-2. But e wo fie no. Omo last 5 games no lose 2. I need 3. The 3 wins came against Dynamo Kiev in the Europa Conference League. And omo share Udine by 5-1. Omo share Cremonese by 1-0. So home confidence in the day. It took AC Milan straight in our subet maishi. It is for the safe option. AC Milan over 0.5 goals.
Okay. Yeah, we all know.
AC Milan be go.
To what take it first game?
AC Milan be go. But penny risk I bet over 1.5.
Okay.
In this game. Now the second game I make us about be Inter Beboetia Napoli. Now these are 2 sides are on the league log no. Omuna air pressure on bebre na. The points gap between AC Milan and Inter Milan 3 points. Maka AC DW. Inter will have to maintain a position at the top. The gap between Inter and Napoli 4 points. Now this season, check on the league logger. The best home team in the league, Inter Milan. Out of possible 27 points, I was almost 21. Almost 24 goals, I conceded 6.
Hey.
If you need form near pa Edima Omo. On Napoli, we are the 3rd best team in the league. Out of 30 points, no kutamu 18 points. But almost 12 goals, I conceded 7. Meaning say Napoli omo travel away, omo tie concede.
Okay.
Inter wo fie no, ahode ne yedey. E wo so. Inter Milan in the last 5 games. Champions League, they lost 1-0 against Liverpool. They lost 1-0 against AC Milan. And Ukraine home say home. But they've won 5-1 against Venezia, 4-0 against Como. Fabregas Como no. And Omushe Bologna 3-1. If you know what so. Before I said on Bobo AC Milan compare Lusu, no match Lazio 2-0. O match Fiorentina 3-0. O match Cremonese 4-1. O match Sassuolo 2-1. If you know what form ne Napoli were away in their last 5 games. O check league na. O match Roma 1-0. Champions League, you know, ya fanton chain.
Yeah.
If you be no more call Udine show by 1-0. Omakoshe Cremonese 2-0, Omakoshe Lazio 2-0. In the last 10 games, Wabono away, including Champions League games, Washa 1, 2, 3, 4. Form name away. To save double chance Inter Milan.
Double chance Inter.
Double chance Inter Milan. Because the last few games are Inter Milan at Nefia Botia Napoli no 1-1. 1-1. Away the cry no 1-1.
So to be saved the said they all can double chance. Yes.
And Abema Inter over 0.5. So Obeshe go.
Okay.
Over 0.5. Anytime goal scorer, met me accord the Yamal Lautaro Martinez.
Okay.
AC Milan and anytime goal scorer, with my Christian Pulisic or Rafael Leao. Roma bebo Sassuolo. Roma bet in a double chance Roma.
Okay.
Against Sassuolo. Sassuolo be hard drink a cramba betete kakra. That is why I'm coming for. They score a lot of goals.
Okay.
A double chance for
Roma.
For Roma in that particular game. Atlanta bebo Torino.
Torino, yeah.
Atlanta bet in a Torino. Ma Atlanta 1 up and Atlanta 2 up.
Okay.
In this particular game. The form of Atlanta has been very good in recent games.
Yeah.
But how penny safe, I'm catching a double chance because when the expectations are high, Atlanta can literally disappoint.
Okay.
Tienye careful for that angle. Far away from the Italians here. Now, you look at the Spanish La Liga where there are going to be some games. And I think for the Spanish La Liga, I'll talk about only 2 games aside the Supercopa.
Okay.
There are 2 games I'll speak about. Bako about the game between Villarreal. No etnefi abo. We Villarreal ne de no etun chenya. I'll look forward to see if see Better Betis game ne so kakra. just to give them the best options we can do in the Super 8 no musa bit maka. Now the Super 8 mama Atlanta, mama Roma, mama AC, mama Inter, mama 4. It's the AFCON also kakra become one amount. Then you deal with it. Now you look at Villarreal will be playing at home against Alaves. I think for Villarreal in the last few games they've shown say Eba goals or Mushe Bebripa. Eba goals and Mamu games and Kasano goals PM.
Yeah.
Because Mamu games my born will fear in the last few games. 2-0 win against Atefe, 3-2 loss against Copenhagen, 2-1 against Racing Santander, 2-0 against Barcelona. Elche the ano ye 3-1 edit amone ko share Elche bomb by 3-1. Yeah. But at home omu games on my bone now produce 2 goals. So I think for safe option for you in Villarreal game cover 1.5.
Now very well no say Pateno say
Prana Bem
was a me hunu crowd
and no top player so obo midfield so ne obo AFCON de Senegal when chere so beba say Pape Gueye. He has been splendid in the AFCON, absolutely brilliant.
At this time, so
on a bench, Papi matters.
Yeah,
absolutely brilliant player.
At this moment, in Ghana, so uncle AFCON, Kapate, a moment in here and go with me enjoy no more.
Enjoy no more. But one thing I'll tell you about this in here, say, Villarreal will fear games, no more Lusukra, no more winning goes bem.
Okay.
Into over 1.5 in that game. Then the second game I'll love to pick for you, where Rebetis will be traveling away to Oviedo. My Rebetis handicap 1.
Handicap win.
Yeah, handicap 1. Yeah, so either a double chance or handicap 1. I don't think they go far away and they lose that particular game.
Is it Yusunya Bibo? Kwesizibo. Yes, it's good news. New coach in the Bayern. Or Bopa. Okay.
Yes, now, Mama was 6 on the AFCON bit.
Sure.
Mama for 2 in money in AFCON.
Okay.
I think the Super Copa no people with Barcelona and that I'll discuss that game separately.
Madrid ne Barcelona.
I don't come Super 8
So
Derby.
Okay.
I'll discuss that game separately. I don't come Super 8. Me the Indonesia, me now 60 goals who say me brinaka.
Yeah.
Now for the AFCON, there's something I've been really impressed about. And yes, the big boys are always keeping up their tabs. I wouldn't spend a lot of time between any game and the game. I think Newton are diving deep into it, looking at the form of Brahim Diaz and the results of Prediama Morocco. But I think for the referee, no, Enra game the Daniel Lai, you know, the Edine baton after the game, no, has not been splendid at all.
And
I think as a Ghanaian, we heard whatever course now, and then the papa go for and the brace are giving him Morocco, ne Cameroon in now bray at the hands of the VAR. I think the first ball from Ezazuli should have been looked at as a penalty. Okay. Aside that, there were certain tackles of course who were giving him more. There should have been second yellow cards and different yellow cards attached. BT said naive again.
Yeah.
Or call airballs be using inside. El Kanous should have been sent off. Because the second yellow card, the counter-attacking movement by Cameroon, no also be mono training at all. And I think Samuel Eto'o was literally angry and frustrated, and he deserves to be angry and frustrated. But at the same time, I think Fezi Lakaya should have also been angry and frustrated with some of the decisions our referee so so in general, that was a poor performance from the referee. And it comes at a time the same referee could see Simba and RS Bekani final in the CAF Confederation Cup. Simba for kofa video bi ba say referee ne ko dressing room ho baby omo toto ne omo free stance mu ba kra ma CAF final omo. And the RS Bekani team we say why dia RS Bekani team ni free Morocco. And also on the Morocco game a year in a controversy be
so far some referee no also be nim other Africa instead of new referees was ana
referees were ha
but as them go phobia no
VAR for no crash should have prompted the referee nyama be brea was a VAR for no it
VAR in so chairman it is so chairman it VAR you no ma on Friday.
I think Daniel Lai will look at himself and says, no, we've done a lot of wrong. For Bissouma, Bissouma will say, Bissouma, I'm a psychologist, man.
Okay.
Because you may be our one year, no. It will be a dream one in Tiasie. And now he literally gave the game out to Senegal. The first few minutes, Senegal, Mbappe Gueye, Idrissa Gana Gueye, Khalidou Koulibaly, Diakite, Senegal Timpa, India. But they were able to contain Senegal for the first few minutes, even after considering a red card. Ever. Sinayoko, he was difficult to handle. Koulibaly pem no at all. Or can we be crime Koulibaly the yellow card? But I think for Tom Safien, he has not done justice to the Cameroon Malian team because Stivo. Me nim the entire time again mu ye din bi asan of the Douglas na aba. Otama because their game against Tunisia. Emu ye din a red card ne ba asan na echo the Douglas na eba. Now when the moment that Douglas na eba mu the chances are Mali create ye. They know not na bench a red card by afena the Douglas na eba. But for Senegal, they've been able to manage the expectations of these competitions on them.
Yeah.
And I think on much a lot of maturity in games, how to cross over the line. And by if we bench about stretching the defense so well. Let's not forget about Papi Cis. And when he played as a warrior, Moja dropping all. Moja no ball. And these are people who are really in for the tournament to compete. And I think if you're a team and you want to win the tournament, be careful of Senegal team now.
So
physically, you're dominant. Technically, you're absolutely brilliant.
Senegal.
On say Africa, AFCON, nyaba.
Yeah, and yeah.
Physically, on bet me one ball.
Yeah.
And technically, you could have one even mobile so bet me one ball.
To more than me
at the same time. They have proper quality, and I'm impressed with Papi Gueye and the kind of performance of Adanedi. But the 2 games, I made 6 games. No,
Malifono.
O might say African continent Tottenham Hotspur. Sa no motie. Mumfo mo sa. O mo benwa.
Ya na zo ma. Ama this year kwa them supporters no kwagigi sika say o mo koye drama team.
I no cry amfa. Say Tunisia the other 5.
Ama
I was draw test the
yes, and Malam no 2D. I'm say what DC Kanama is your so in France over.
Yeah, Malam the man ko chine be.
Sinayoko. Karamoko.
It's a brilliant Sinayoko is a brilliant attacker. Me pele ball pa. The center forward born me pe brutal. Me pe brutal. But Cameroon na free no enya ya because Senegal squad dey kuto mo dey match good for boot na Cameroon players.
Yeah.
Cameroon on correct tournament ni mo a teams are want to mean more 10 passes together for more than even 1 minute. Cameroon can be also 23rd.
Wow.
I want to mean preparable.
Wow.
Cameroon need to mean preparable. And I think for Samuel Eto'o, you should look at the team and find a way to rebuild it.
Oh yeah.
But for Nigeria and Algeria today, you see, I did back one Nigeria demonstration koni say. Omo an attack a bit me abotia any opponent in the world.
Attacking threats.
Not the CAF and AFCON nko. Ewiase nyina mu an attack e betimi compete any defense.
Okay.
Because Ademola Lookman, now Victor Osimhen, these are 2 players who have not only made names for themselves playing for Nigeria. Cabo, they've made names for themselves playing far away in Europe. Yenim ye Lookman ye the Italian Serie A na meboa.
Yeah.
Ye boy Europa League final ye boy na Ademola Lookman abo hat-trick. Victor Osimhen na wiase mu teams ni na pe Victor Osimhen se bra bebo bo man. And this tournament no mumi elusu prove beyond reasonable doubt say they've arrived.
Yeah.
And 2 different things is say omubo European performing and omuba national team no omubo. Now must have a pick form now mumi elu no and complementing each other so well at the AFCON. It Algeria might be facing a team and to say teams from Munio was your border.
We would the Aluminium Omo buy some strikers.
So Algeria bo Congo is different from Wemo. Congo Cedric Bakambumo. What did they mention as there's no Sadiki Momba Bobby. But I think the firepower Nigeria brings to this game is totally different from what Congo brings. And Nigeria will score. And Nigeria so players or more tournament when don't wanna your more couple. Ye can last 2 years, ye kobo AFCON ni or more kobo the final ni bina do na wom. Omo ma film kakra bi choose to come mo kakra. But they still referring needy.
Yeah.
What did they mention as there's Sami Ajayi. Omo that's what Calvin Bassey. And I think on the continent, say, see, how catch me say mini center back so winning Bobo Panaka say mini top 5. On the continent, me Calvin Bassey the free. There be that. Couple uni sana nentwe den no.
Na form.
Otutwe ni woto ni say na. Nentwe ya. And the ever experience of Indidi onu nye ikamu. Couple. But there is a record for Algeria. In the last 2 AFCONs no motimi akwa final na akwa gini no top your group.
Okay.
Ana this year must top your group. Ana mo be facing Nigeria. But game where both team to score nyame 1-1.
Obia but
AFCON we my trick be a title pa.
There.
First half corners.
First half.
Over 3.5 or over 4.5. First half corners.
First half corners.
Aye.
Okay.
Over 3.5.
Okay.
But who probably will qualify? To me, I think Nigeria will qualify.
Nigeria will qualify.
Ivory Coast in Egypt, the same thing. First half corners over 3.5 and con over 3.5.
Okay.
And now first half, you know how many corners about first half and now? And now bear 5 or 6. So over 4.5 and cannot also number 2 cities.
Hey.
Group stage, you know, a lot of people want some of these things to be the corners.
Yeah.
Corners, first half corners. But I think say a group stage where the entire corners back first half near say the first few minutes in the pressure room, first half will be a pale goal.
Yeah.
Ama teams now can woman teams are they create. What did they mention as teams now can woman and teams are they create and they open up. And to say Egypt Benin very relaxed ama game night time. Cote d'Ivoire will attack. Egypt will attack. What did they mention as Algeria will attack. Nigeria will also do what? Attack. It is how 2 games, you know, on the first half corners. But I think Cote d'Ivoire will qualify, Nigeria will qualify.
Okay. Oh.
But the Supercopa de España, quickly, I think it is one of the best scoring teams versus one of the best defenses in the last few games. Barca keeping 5 consecutive clean sheets. Real Madrid doesn't look like Omubejai scoring a lot of goals. They are in a very good form coming into this particular. Last time Amokobo the Supercopa de España, Hansi Flick Tiano. Now there are certain records that favor Hansi Flick's finals, although our bonnet the number of wins are winner. Now Alonso comes into this game after Saudi Leverkusen the Europa League final. Couple, a big test for Xabi Alonso. But the good news is there is Kylian Mbappe who is back. But for Barcelona, they will be happy to Rafinha Swaba. They will press, they will push, they will work hard. But I think this is a game where it is very difficult to separate the two sides.
Okay.
Very, very difficult. And I've never found difficulty in predicting a Real Madrid-Barcelona game than this one in recent times. I think this one is very difficult because 2 teams,
Okay.
But I would say there is one thing that is going to be assured in this game. There is no Barcelona Real Madrid game and Barca involved that go in the game be 1-0 that. Goals be pimpa.
Goals will flow.
Goals be pim. And it will be interesting to see who wins. I will enjoy the game.
Okay. Me da say yɛbɛhwɛ na me adom ɔkyena yɛm sɛ nyinaa yɛ ne tuamu a yɛ monitor times on Facebook Daniel issue no people concerned bebree ɛwɔ ho pa Samuel Osei-Mensah me ba Steve so na Stephen Boadi ɛde ne de aba ɔse Daniel